I have some important and interesting updates for the situation between US and Houthis. The Houthis in Yemen said early today that the group had targeted the USS Trueman aircraft carrier and its warship escorts in the northern Red Sea. And this is coming from Anadolu newspaper. In a televised speech, the group's military spokesman Yahya Sari said the attack was in response to the US aggression, quote unquote, on Yemen. It was not in response to what is happening in Gaza. It was in response to US aggression. Okay. So he noted that it was the third attack in the past 24 hours using missiles and drones. 24 hours, and they attacked United States military 3 times in the northern Red Sea. 3 times in 24 hours. I want you to keep that in mind because it is going to be important for our discussion today. So again, 3 times, 3 attacks in less than or in 24 hours. Okay, so the operations of the armed forces will continue, at an escalating pace against the American enemy by targeting its warships in the declared area of operations, end quote, said Yahya Sari. Now, he added that the group's military operations against Israel, so I'm going to be actually playing some of this video in a second, but the group's military operations against Israel, including banning Israeli-linked ships from navigation in the Red Sea, will not stop until Israeli aggression on Gaza stops and the siege is lifted. So again, he included Gaza too. The U.S. military or Defense Department is yet to comment on the Houthi statement. Now, Houthi, and this was also actually confirmed, that United States USS Trueman, they came under attack 3 times in the last 24 hours. But this is what you also have seen. Take a look at this video, where you see Trump made several statements saying that we're gonna destroy the Houthis. It is just the beginning, and we're gonna continue on until they are, quote unquote, annihilated. Trump added, Houthis have been decimated as US strikes harder and harder. Again, you can see how Trump is almost like trophying these strikes. He said strikes will continue until Houthis are no longer a threat to shipping routes. Now, and you have also seen some other statement from Trump. The Iran-backed Houthis terrorists have been decimated by the relentless strikes. Many of their fighters, leaders are no longer with us. We hit them every day very, very hard, at night, and harder. So all of this, their capabilities that threaten shipping and the region are rapidly being destroyed. So you have seen this rhetoric from Donald Trump. And also, Caroline Leavitt, the press secretary, said this. Take a listen.
A bipartisan pair of senators sent a letter to the president today arguing that the recent strikes in Yemen are emboldening the Houthis and saying that Congress has not authorized war against them. Is the administration planning to consult with Congress at some point or going forward regarding the strikes, and any response on the letter?
Well, I would absolutely reject Congress's claims. Who made those claims in Congress?
Senator Jeff Merkley and Rand Paul.
Okay, well, I would absolutely reject those claims. These Houthi strikes have been incredibly successful. Last time I was at this podium, there were more than 100 successful strikes. There have now been over 200 successful strikes against the Houthis. Iran is incredibly weakened as a result of these attacks, and we have seen they've taken out Houthi leaders. They've taken out critical members who were launching strikes on naval ships and on commercial vessels, and this operation will not stop until the freedom of navigation in this region is restored, which is a critical principle, and this president stands behind our Defense Department, who's doing a tremendous job.
Okay, so you can clearly see that she is also boasting and very proud of the operation, and she is claiming that Houthis are being weakened. And this happened, that happened. Iran is weakened, not just Houthis, but Iran too. They're on notice, and so many other claims she made in that speech. Let's listen a little bit more.
Is the White House going to confer with Congress going forward on this?
I would have to ask our team here at the White House, but the president is well within his authority, as is the Secretary of Defense. Again, these are defensive strikes. The Houthis have been launching attacks on U.S. naval vessels and commercial ships for quite some time.
Okay, so again, that Trump administration is taking all the credit, and they're very, very proud about these strikes. And we have also seen this rhetoric from Donald Trump, right? Okay, so all of these things make absolutely no sense. Why? Because as I have just read to you this latest update, okay, just this latest updates, guys, where I told you that the attack of the Houthis on US warships, they're intensifying every single hour. So if Donald Trump is saying their leadership is no longer with us, if Caroline Leavitt is saying that Iran is weakened, Houthis are weakened, then how come Houthis are still managing to attack 3 times in 24 hours? So one attack every 8 hours, right? 3 times 24 hours. And that is quite a capability, because it is not easy to strike in the sea, and targeting those aircraft carrier is much harder. So when Donald Trump says that, yeah, we're decimating Houthis, Houthis, they gave a response to Donald Trump by making these strikes even more intense and more frequent. And the last 24 hours, I mean, this war is raging with the Houthis and US this aircraft carrier. If they are able to down this aircraft carrier, United States will lose big time. They've already lost $500 million. I have mentioned that in my other video, launching attacks on the Houthis since October 7, 2023, and they're willing to spend more money, United States tax dollar money. But you mess up with the Houthis and they're coming up with much stronger response, actually invalidating every claim that Donald Trump is making, and also Caroline, the press secretary, is making. Not only this, but also these attacks are so intense now that Donald Trump, he's backtracking a little bit. He said that if they stop attacking our ships, we're gonna stop. I'm quoting him directly. He said that we will stop attacking Houthis. But in the beginning he said what? He said, I'm gonna be decimating, I'm gonna be annihilating, destroying the Houthis. But then all of a sudden you see there is a change, there is a shift in the tonality of Donald Trump. He's pivoting because he knows, Donald Trump, that this is going to be an endless war, just like the one they fought in Vietnam, in Afghanistan, in Iraq. Targeting Houthis is, without any question, without any doubt, gonna be an endless war for the United States, and they cannot afford it. US is not, their economy is not in such a position to afford this endless war one more time. I mean, all of these wars started by Obama, by Bush, and Biden. They all paid for it. The US economy paid for it. So guys, what will happen? I'll give you more updates as to what is happening in the Houthis and US. Subscribe for more videos.